Hello and welcome to a new vlog and trip report, and today we're taking a look at the Desiro HC of Deutsche Bahn in a very special version. We are going from Erfurt to Bamberg via a high-speed line, and here on the map you can see our route today. Before taking a closer look at the trains, we will listen and take a look at the arrival of the train in Erfurt main station. If you have looked closely, you might have seen two big differences to the other Desiro HCs that I've already showed to you. So one big difference is this train is longer, it has 6 instead of 4 cars, and you maybe have also seen that the doors are different, and I will tell you a bit more about those changes in a few seconds. But first, let's take a look at the interior, and as you can see, the interior looks more or less exactly the same like in the other trains that I've already showed you. Interior is pretty good, except for the seats. They are not that comfortable, but otherwise we have a lot of features like power sockets, tables, and on the base of 4 we even have foldable tables that are suitable for a laptop. Now it's time to listen to our departure here in Erfurt.
Liebe Fahrgäste, herzlich willkommen im RE29 nach Nürnberg Hauptbahnhof über Coburg, Bamberg und Forchheim. Wir wünschen Ihnen eine angenehme Reise.
So now we can take a closer look at the differences to the other trains that I already showed to you. As you know, there are a lot of Desiro HCs in Germany, and I've already showed to you the other Desiro HCs of the Franken-Thüringen Express, to which also this train belongs, but the other trains only have 4 cars and this one has 6 cars. And you have seen that there are different doors, and that is because these trains are pressure resistant. That means that they can pass an oncoming high-speed train in a tunnel here on that high-speed line, and they are also a bit faster. They can go up to 190 km per hour instead of 160 km per hour. And that of course is because they are using the high-speed line between Erfurt and Bamberg, and they have especially been made for this service here. There are 8 of these trains in total operating on the lines RE19 and RE29. RE19 is going from Nuremberg via Bamberg and Coburg to Sonneberg, and we are now traveling with line RE29, which is going between Nuremberg and Erfurt via Bamberg and Coburg. And now we can listen to the sound of the train at full speed. So as you heard, the trains are quite nice even if they're going at high speed, so it's quite a pleasant train except for the rather hard seats. But otherwise it's quite nice to travel with these trains, and they are also quite useful for everybody who's traveling with a so-called Deutschland ticket, a Germany ticket, which is a ticket where you pay a monthly fee and you can use all regional trains in Germany unlimited. And it was always quite difficult to go from northeastern part of Germany to the southeastern part. There are just a handful of railway lines, and it always takes quite long to get there, to cross the Thuringian forest. But now with this train there's a much faster option, because it only takes 1 hour to go from Erfurt to Bamberg. There are only 2 stops in between, in Coburg and in Coburg Nord. Here we can see our train approaching the station of Coburg, and here we can see a regular Desiro HC with 4 cars and a regular door, so here you can clearly see the difference. There's only one downside of this train, and that is that there are only 5 trains a day. So it's not a train that you can take spontaneously, you need to plan in advance, and if you include this train in a longer itinerary, I would hardly recommend to plan a lot of time to change trains, because if you miss this train, you will have a problem, as there are only 5 trains a day. But it is a very interesting and fast train. First direct regional train between Erfurt and Nuremberg using the high-speed line, only leaving the high-speed line for the stop in Coburg. We have just seen our train leaving the high-speed line via connection curve to the regular railway line, then stopping at Coburg Nord and Coburg, and now we used another connecting curve to go back on the high-speed line, and now our next stop will already be Bamberg, where I am leaving the train. The train then is continuing on to Nuremberg, where you for example have a connection to the RE1 to Munich, which is a quite similar train, also a regional train that is using a high-speed line. So with only one change you can go from Erfurt to Munich with regional trains, so that is quite convenient if you're using the Deutschland ticket. Of course you can also use an ICE, but I still think that this is a very interesting train for a lot of us. Here we can take another look at the interior, and as you can see there is also a bit of storage space for luggage, as there will be a lot of travelers with luggage on that train, as it is very interesting for passengers traveling on a longer distance. Therefore a lot of space for luggage is needed, and it is available here in this train. Here we are arriving in Bamberg, and now we can listen to and look at the departure of the train in Bamberg. And that's already it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Here you can see when the next video will be uploaded and the name of the song. As always, I'd like to say thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to comment, like, subscribe or share the video link, and I hope to see you in my next video then.